Hi there, welcome to Long Distance Review, the place where I review new rock albums, new metal albums, punk albums, alt rock, anything's all in the genre of rock, let's say. I seem to have said rock about 4 times already. Um, if you've watched them before, welcome back. If you're new, great. Hope you enjoy. Um, Today I'm reviewing a new album from the Wonder Years, and their album dropped today, in fact, as I'm recording it. This is their 6th album. It's called Sister Cities. And so if we look back a little bit at the history of the Wonder Years first, they were formed in 2005. They're from Pennsylvania in the United States. And they consist of the members Dan Soupy Campbell on vocals. That's not his middle name, by the way. It's just a nickname, I think. Maybe it is his middle name. I haven't researched it. And Matt Brash, rhythm guitarist and backing vocals. And Casey Cavalier on lead guitar. Mike Kennedy on drums. You've got Josh Martin on bass guitar, and Nick Steinborn, keyboards, pianos, a bit of rhythm guitar as well. As I say, this is their 6th album. They had their debut album, came out in 2007, called Get Stoked on it. And then they followed it up in 2010 with The Upsides. They followed that up with Suburbia, I've Given You All, Now I'm Nothing. In 2011, they then released The Greatest Generation, the much celebrated Greatest Generation in 2013, and their last album in 2015 was No Closer to Heaven. Now their sound, they started out more as a sort of pop punk, emo pop, sort of, very pop punkish on their early days. You know, the album Get Stoked on it is a very sort of pop punk thing, but they've evolved their sound a lot throughout the years. Not necessarily just on a straight line evolution of sound. They've digressed and come back to different elements of their sound, and I feel like they sort of delved into a more melodic hardcore sound in with Suburbia. And then they hit the sort of emo rock and alt rock on the Greatest Generation, and especially on No Closer to Heaven. In my eyes, No Closer to Heaven's their pinnacle. I think I'm probably a little bit biased though. The first time I really got into the Wonder Years, I did have Suburbia, but listened to it a few times, enjoyed it, but sort of shelved it and hadn't listened to it in a long time. I remember hearing Cardinals, the first single off No Closer to Heaven, and seeing the video. I blew me away, and that album still to this day I play a lot. It's a fantastic album. So onto this, I had real high hopes for this album. I've been waiting for a Wonder Years album for a long time, 3 years nearly now, and it's great to have them back. It really is. So you press play on this album, and it opens up with Raining in Kyoto, and it's straight away what a fantastic opening song. Huge choruses. It's just, this band are all about great songwriting. They're not doing anything so technical that they're above and beyond other bands, but it's just great song structures, great songwriting. The way they, especially on this song, Raining Kyoto, they get a sort of instrumental bridge towards the end of the song, and it fades back into the huge chorus, comes back in, and it just feels fantastic. The song feels great, and I feel that's what this band are all about. They're an emotional band. I don't like to say emo because it's such a dirty word nowadays, but bands can be emotional without being an emo band. This band are exactly that. They really are. They put everything down on paper and everything down in their music, and the emotions that they pour out onto their songs, they're full of grief and full of guilt and heartache and loss. And it comes across so well with the way that they've written these songs and the way they're sung. And it grips you. I find that there's no way you can't get sucked in by the Wonder Years sound. Really, it's just great songwriting, great singing. This album, incidentally, is maybe not so much a concept album, but it's certainly got themes of distance, making connections, being apart from people, guilt and loss, heartache, and not being in the same place. It was written during, I think, a touring cycle, I'm guessing, between 2015 and 2018, between these two albums. And there's a lot of place names in the songs. Tokyo, England's mentioned, Irish Sea, Paris, Sydney, Chile, parts of the United States, all written while they're on tour. I think Mexico as well. And it's all about how the world is such a huge place, but nowadays it's not as big as it used to be, I guess, and about how people make connections, and how we're not always as far apart as we are, but also how you deal with things being apart from where you need to be in a way when they're touring. I feel like quite badly. Um, but Soupy's always laid his vocals very wide open on paper, and it's the storytelling on this album which is fantastic. You can follow the story of the song so well because he puts these place names in it. You're transported to these parts and places around the world where he's written these songs, and that's exceptional piece of songwriting, really. Like I say, there's a lot of loss in these songs. "Raining in Kyoto" is a song about being away from his grandfather when his grandfather was dying. And he lays it all bare on that track, and also "Ghost of Right Now," a song that's a much more punk-paced song, but it is with a big sing-along chorus. But it's essentially a song about loss again. It's not just an album full of anthems and choruses again. This is it's got a lot of it's got a few more tender and sort of introspective moments, much more atmospheric melodies with a bit more emphasis on space in this album. Songs like "Flowers," "Where Your Face Should Be," and "When the Blue Finally Came." Those songs are much more tender moments on the album. But it's structured well on the album there. I've said before about track listing on the albums. I think this is done exceptionally well again, where the shorter, more introspective, tender songs, tender moments on the album are put in between sort of bigger songs, and it doesn't feel like it's there's a dip in the album at all. Pace, I mean quality of the album, it blows me away. This album straight away. This is a stunning album, by the way. And it's Soupy's vocals really that sell it to me. He's grown so well as a vocalist throughout the years, but on this album he soars, and he's got a real element of vulnerability to his voice and sort of desperation, full of emotion. And I love how when he hits the top notes, he cracks a little bit and he wavers a lot, and it's so human in a way, and you can relate to it so well. On songs like "We Look at Lightning," he does it a lot, and there's a real lovely sort of morbid question in that song where he says, "What song would you like to die to?" Yeah, some great songs on it. Personally, my favourite song is the album closer, which isn't always the way, but they've saved this 6-minute masterpiece of a song called "The Oceans Grew Hands to Hold Me." And this song, it's got this echoing drum intro, these atmospheric verses. And by the time it's got to the chorus, I'm already in pieces. This is, I don't get emotional a lot, but this guy really, really, strikes a chord with me when I listen to the Wonder Years. And that song is just fantastic, and has this sort of last minute of the song where it builds to this big sort of crescendo, and it's so well done. That song's fantastic. But let me tell you, this whole album is stunning. From the smaller, sort of more punk, not straightforward songs, but the title track "Sister Seas," which is their first single of the album. That's just a great anthem, great sing-along anthem, right to the more not technical, but the bigger, more expansive songs. The "Oceans Grew Hands to Hold Me" song at the end. It has a real range on this album, but every song is an absolute belter. And this album is a stunning album. And you get a lot of people lamenting about Wonder Years, going, "Oh, why can't they be that pop punk band that did the Upsides anymore?" Well, why would you want that when this album's that good? Why would you want that? And it's so pleasing to see this band grow in such a way, and create such great music. I highly recommend this album. I really, really think by the end of the year, this will be in my top 10 of the year easily. If you haven't heard this band before, and then you're lamenting the loss of, let's say, Brand New, the band Brand New, without going down that road, this is a band who are getting up to that level, I think. Yeah, the Wonder Years, go check it out, please. Sister Seas, on YouTube, there's the video for Sister Cities, and I think there's a couple of other lyric videos off the album, but you'll find it out there anyway. Yeah, great. I've got some more reviews coming pretty quick after this one, because there's been quite a few albums sort of knocking about that I've been wanting to review, but I haven't had a lot of time. So I've got this one coming out, and then I'm going to try and review the new 30 Seconds to Mars album. So that should be fun. I'm not doing it just for a funny negative way. I think it deserves a look at. And also, I've got a review coming out of the new Monster Magnet album as well that came out last week. So, so yeah, hopefully they'll be up soon. Thanks for watching, by the way. Comment, subscribe. What are your thoughts on the album? You know, go check it out and let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Cheers.